That's right, it's my favorite time of year again. Halloween is upon us. And for October, let's check out some of my favorite horror-themed video games. Kicking it off with where it all pretty much started, let's check out Castlevania for the NES. Originally released for the Famicom Disk System in 1986 in Japan, it made its way stateside a year later in '87, and when it did, man, everyone's socks were blown off. This is the epitome of an action platformer. At the time, nothing was really seen like it, and it definitely holds up. Set in the year 1691, this is where it all began for the franchise. With some 30 plus games later, you can always trace the roots back to the best parts of the series in the beginning. Castlevania 1 introduced Simon Belmont, the vampire killer, with an amazing soundtrack, a cool arsenal of weapons, sub-weapons, all sorts of new things and innovations. Castlevania definitely left players frustrated and coming back for more. A lot of that frustration we gamers had with this game lies solely in the jumping mechanics, as you have no control over your jump while in midair. Also, when you get hit by an enemy, you get knocked back, which, as you've seen time and time again, causes nothing but problems. The stairs don't help matters much. Some of the most frustrating parts of any Castlevania game is when you're trapped on the stairs and there's nothing you can do about it. You just gotta trudge through and hope for the best. The game was one of the first titles released for the NES after the initial first wave of black box games. Gamers were totally caught off guard by this game and they loved it. Then, now, and forever, the original Castlevania is a great game, a must-play, and one of the greatest video games of all time. I mentioned that killer soundtrack. Honestly, this is one of the greatest game soundtracks of all time. There's no debating that. So there you have it, one of the greatest video games of all time, one of my personal favorites, and one of the classic, quintessential Halloween-themed video games, Castlevania for the NES.